Hello everyone. Now we will discuss about the topic taxonomical aids. Taxonomical aids. So topic itself indicate here taxonomical aids. Taxonomy is a branch of science. Botany we can take or zoology we can take. It always deals with the study of identification, nomenclature, classification. That is the taxonomy we are saying. Now our topic is taxonomical aids. Here AIDS not it mean acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, it is not the disease, but here AIDS it means helping. That means the things which are helping for the taxonomy, we are taking it as a AIDS here. As we are using the term as in the first aid box. First aid it means what? Things which are helping for the first treatment when the wound is happened. It is the first aid. The same thing taxonomical aids we are saying, and here taxonomical aids are always helpful for the classification, identification and nomenclature. That means classifying the organism, identifying the plants particularly, and then naming the plant particularly. These taxonomical aids are used, and these taxonomical aids are mainly three types we are saying particularly. These three types mainly consisting of what? First one is a herbarium. First one is a herbarium. What is herbarium? Herbarium is a book which it is consisting of a dried then pressed plant species, right? Herbarium is consisting of a what actually here we are preserving or we are storing the plants which they are dried, and we are sticking the plants which are dried and pressed on the sheets here. If you see the herbarium, you can see clearly actually this is a herbarium we are seeing, and this is a plant. Like this we are placing the plant on the herbarium. It is already dried, and we are by pressing we are sticking the plant on the herbarium sheet, and this herbarium sheet is consisting of a complete information of the plant here. Botanical name, common name, locality from where we collected, who collected, which time it is collected, all the information will be given in this particular thing here. And this is the particularly red gram, this plant which we are seeing, there is a red gram, Khajanus khajan actually. If you see the other thing, it is a Datura metal, Solanaceae family, right? Like this actually, the dried plants we are pasting on the paper or sheets, that is a herbarium. Like this, if you are doing, what is the importance now? What we are getting by this doing this thing? It means by placing like that actually we are seeing the plant, we are identifying the plant. It is always helpful for the classification here. This herbarium is always helpful for the classification, and this herbarium, the largest herbarium is present in the Royal Botanical Garden. Largest herbarium we are seeing in the Royal Botanical Garden at Kew. Kew is a place in London. Kew in London. Royal Botanical Garden is the largest botanical garden in the world. In the Royal Botanical Garden, what is happening? The largest herbarium is present. What is a herbarium? Now we have seen actually, it is a herbarium is a book which is consisting of a sheets. On the sheets we are placing or we are sticking the plants which are already dried and pressed here. We are preserving the plants. Why we are preserving actually? For knowing about their characteristics, for comparing the plants with other plants, we have been following the herbarium now. Herbarium is always used in the classification purpose, and digital herbarium also we are seeing in the Royal Botanical Garden. Digital herbarium, it means what? Online, in online we can see the photos of all the plants here. The digital herbarium also available in the Royal Botanical Garden. That means by browsing by online we can get all the plant characteristic. We can see all the plants here. We can get all the information of the plants here. That is the herbarium. And second one we are seeing, that is the Botanical Gardens. Botanical Gardens. See, Botanical Gardens are the places where particularly plant species are grown for the identification, same for the classification, the plant species are grown here. That are the botanical gardens we are saying. That means many plant species are particularly grown here. Plant species grown in an particular area. And in the botanical garden, whatever the plants we are growing, that plants are consisting of which gives the information, complete information of the plants. Botanical name of the plant, common name of the plant, botanical name, common name, if any characteristics of the plant is there, like age of the plant, importance of the plant, all the things we can know by the botanical gardens or the plants which we are growing in the botanical gardens. Regarding the botanical garden, the same thing here. The largest botanical garden, the same we are seeing in the Royal Botanical Garden, Royal Botanical Garden at Kew in London. Then in India particularly, famous botanical gardens mainly consisting of what? National Botanical Garden, National Botanical Garden in India, famous botanical gardens we are discussing. National Botanical Garden at Howrah, in Calcutta we had. Then another famous botanical garden we are seeing in the National Botanical Research Institute. National Botanical Research Institute, that is NBRI, in Lucknow. In these two places, these two are the famous botanical gardens which we are seeing in the India particularly. Now two taxonomical aids are over. The third one is actually museum. Actually, what is a museum? We know many museums we are seeing. Actually, museums consisting of a ancient things or old things which we are preserving in the museums for knowing the ancient things, how they are there and how they are present. That all the things, that means information, that means ancient information we are seeing in the museums here. The ancient things we are seeing in the museums, that means we are preserving the ancient things in the museums for the seeing of the next generation. The next generation can see the things of the previous people, of the old people, or else olden ages here. And here, what is the importance of this museum in the taxonomical aids? Now, what is the importance of these museums in the classification, nomenclature and identification? Now, this museum particularly in the taxonomical aids, particularly this educationally purpose museum, it is actually educational purpose. The educational institutions we are set up in the museums. The educational institutions particularly we are building the museums here, and that museums are meant for exhibiting the varied variety or else rare varieties of the plants, rare varieties of the animals which we are preserving by the preservative solutions. By adding the preservative solutions, we are preserving the specimens. Now. That means different plant specimens, different animal specimens we are preserving in the museum with the help of the preservative solutions, and that preservative specimens which we are storing in the museum, that we can use for the identification, then for the classification, for knowing the characters of the plants, for knowing the characters of the organisms, all these things here. These three, herbariums, botanical gardens, museums, these three we are considering as a taxonomical aids which they always helps in the classification, identification and nomenclature.